Let's talk about toxicity. First of all, Tuesday, June 9th, I think that's right, June 9th, I went back to work at the physical location. I had to, because for me, it was about my mental health. I cannot sit up dealing with my grandmother, dealing with my mom, dealing with my uncle. I had to get out. Plus, the internet in my area is fucking trash. A lot of that has to do with the internet just being trash in Flint, and then the construction with them changing the pipes and lead lines, gas lines, sewage. So much shit is going on. They have literally the entire neighborhood is basically a construction site. So there you go. So I went back to work, and I dropped my car off at the shop Saturday, and they were supposed to call me today, Tuesday, but they didn't. So I got to call them in the morning to see what's going on. But anyways, I took the truck. Now keep in mind, my granny don't go nowhere. Even before coronavirus, she didn't go anywhere. Like literally. She would just be sitting, like you would have to almost coax her, guilt trip her, shame her into leaving the house. Now all of a sudden I'm going back to work after almost 3 months working for Poe. Almost 3 months. Ooh, damn. Whew. And all this time, even before Corona, during the 3-month quarantine, didn't go nowhere. You have to, like I said, guilt trip her, shame her, coax her into leaving the house. Now, the day I go and take the truck, because my car is in the shop getting worked on, oh, I need to go somewhere. I got somewhere to be. I got things to do. I got things to go. And I'm like, this is what narcissistic, toxic people do, bruh. This is what I mean. I'm just using that as an example. And, just an example, right? Just an example of the type of shit that they do. I mean, they literally, it's all about control. It's all about control. It's all about power. You mad at me for leaving the house. And this is how you know it's a toxic situation, where you're willing to risk your life to not be around them. Like, because COVID-19 is still very real. The coronavirus pandemic is still very real. But think about that. I'm willing to risk my life, other people's lives, to get away from your ass because you're that toxic. And I can't deal with you. Then I have to deal with you, my mom, and my uncle all at the same time. Oh, no. Plus, we dealing with the pandemic. Oh, no. So, my next plan of options, which I've already uploaded a video about, I'm in the process of relocating. Because I can't deal with her. Can't deal with her. And I can't deal with my family. After nearly 30 years, I'll be 28 in October if we get there. I have seen and been through enough, and I'm done. I can't. I cannot live with you. You make me sick. You get on my last fucking nerve. All you want to do is bitch and bitch. Mind you, your other 2 kids don't even fucking work. Like, my mom hasn't had a job since 2012 in March. She hasn't had a job in 8 fucking years. Okay? And even then, when she had a job, I'm not even finna go there. My uncle has a job, but it's in the school. He does stuff with youth and adolescents and children. in the school setting. They haven't been in school since March. And then they've all ended the season, right, the school year early. And a lot, don't really know, don't really know, what the next steps are going to be in regards to kids going to school and shit. So he hasn't been, haven't had to go to work, right? So I'm working. It's like, again, I just feel like, again, every little thing that you do when it comes to narcissists is going to piss them off. They're going to find a problem with it because they're toxic. Like, that's just it. They're going to have something to bitch and moan about. And then, me, I still work overtime even when I'm at the office. I mean, even when I was, that's just what I do. I mean, tomorrow is Tuesday, so we have to work overtime. So it's, so I'm dope with it. I'm gonna rock it and sock it and, get overtime. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. But what pisses me off is just the simple fact that, every little thing you bitching and moaning about. You walking on eggshells. I'm coming into the house, here you are, you yelling and complaining. It's 11 o'clock at night. Like I said in previous videos when I talk about narcissistic people, narcissistic women, narcissistic black women, narcissistic black mothers, narcissistic black grandmothers. I talk about this, and yes, I'm going to get on the men, and trust me, when I get on the men, it's going to be some hate and anger too. But, it just pisses me off because it's like a constant, like, you got to be arguing, you got to be screaming, you got to be cussing, you got to be bitching and moaning, and then you want to send these threatening voicemails and shit because I'm working and I have to drive to work. My life doesn't, once again, like I've been saying, and this is something that a lot of us need to start realizing, when you're dealing with narcissists, they literally think everything evolves around them. And it's all about power and control. And I'm here to say, my life does not evolve around you. Or this stupid ass family. This toxic ass family. It doesn't evolve. No. And I blocked her phone number again because, you know what, I'm tired of you. I think about that. You're fucking weird and psychopathic to constantly keep calling a person over and over. And guess what? They're not fucking picking up. They clearly don't want to talk to you. Then the real main reason why people don't pick up when it comes to people like her, my grandmother, toxic, narcissistic folks, the minute you pick up, they're yelling, they're screaming, they're belittling you. And in my case, dead naming and being misgendered 1,000 times over, plus the regular screaming, yelling, and belittling. My entire life I've said, and this is how she has fucking behaved. This is what she does. She goes with the name calling, the rude, insensitive remarks. But then at the same time, y'all need to have backbone. You don't have a self-esteem. You need to have a self-esteem, confidence. How in the hell are your children gonna have confidence and self-esteem when their fucking so-called family members, the people that are close to them, the people that are supposed to love them, are belittling them, disrespecting them, name-calling? I mean, a lot, growing up in our household, you've been called everything but a child of God. Okay, let's just, to say the least, right? And yet you wonder why, nobody talks to you. Why I could go literally days, weeks without saying a word to you, and we're in the same house. I didn't even realize I had mastered gray rocking because I didn't know that that's what it was. But that was just like, after a while, you get tired of engaging with these types of people. And you really have to chuck up the deuces and fade to the back. You gotta fade to the back. Because this shit is insane. And this isn't just with the women. This isn't just with, familiar family relationships. This is with love relationships, your colleagues at work, your friends, your significant other. It could be with anybody. Men can be narcissistic. Women can be narcissistic. LGBTQ plus folks, we can be narcissistic. Black folks, everybody can be narcissistic. Unfortunately, this shit does not discriminate. These people, like I said, and I'm just giving you like my real life experience, like what I've been going through, and I'm just I'm sick of it. I'm at that point where, so like I was saying, I'm in the process of relocating. And I'm looking forward to it. Fucking looking forward to it. Because this shit is insane. Like, I can't do it anymore. Like, I can't do it anymore. And I feel like, hey, if this is the end, this is the end. And, I want to be happy at the end if this is the end. So I'm leaving. I don't know how long we've got to go. I don't know how long I've got to go. But I'm going to try to enjoy. I'm going to actually start like truly living with a purpose. Because that's another thing. Those of us that have suffered from narcissistic abuse from parents and family members, dealing with these toxic women, men, people in our lives, they hijack your life, right? Because that's another thing. I spent, just being honest, and I'm not blaming everything on her, because now I recognize, bitch, I played a valid role in my life. But I went to college because that's what my grandparents wanted me to do. Like, that, again, you live, they hijack your life. You don't get to pursue what you want to do. And in fact, what you want to do is often seen as being stupid, irresponsible, this isn't going to work, I don't like it, blah, 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 because it's about them. And then oftentimes it's, but I'm looking out for your best interests. But, you gotta have a plan B, a plan C, a plan D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S. We get it. But what ends up happening is, you're doing what they want you to do. Because they're running the show. And my entire life, I went to college. I did what they wanted me to do. I didn't get my PhD. I remember, I'll never forget, I was in 11th grade. And my mom and the guidance counselor with my grandparents, yes, we all were in this office. And they were like, you know what? On this trajectory, by the time you're 25, you could have your PhD or be en route for your PhD. Which is true, because by the time I was 24, I had a master's degree. But I decided, fuck that. I'm not finna do... I'm tired of doing shit for you. Because, like, one, I'm accumulating all this fucking debt from going to college, even with scholarships, bro. I had a full ride scholarship and to Mott Community College. Shout out to the Mott Bears. Shout out to Flint, Michigan. But got my 2 associate's degrees. Boom. You would think, okay, we're done, right? No, you need to do more, and you need, So I got like a partial scholarship to U of M, which it covered like 50% of my tuition, for 2 years. And again, I got my bachelor's degree and was only around, $13,000 in debt. Because again, I had a partial scholarship for 2 years. And you would think, okay, I did it. We're done. No. You need to... And it's always about, again, doing stuff that they wanted me to do. My papa passed away in 2015. But it was so crazy because on his deathbed, which I didn't know it was his deathbed at the time, he was just, very adamant me, and you get your master's degree, your granny would really, 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 really love if you go on and finish. And I'm just like, and at that time I had took a year off, right? I was like, I'm not really trying to go back. I already got my bachelor's. You guys conned me into getting those in the first place. But anyways, I went. And I did that more so to honor my grandfather and my grandmother, but more so my grandfather, because he was like, little did I know, dying, and was like, hey, you go on, your grandmother would like, and okay, so I did it. You think that would be enough? And the point is, because I'm not blaming her, even though it may seem like I'm venting, but I'm not blaming her, because at the end of the day, I had free will. And I could have said, you know what, fuck you. I'm not doing this. This is not my goals. This is not what I want. I'm going into debt. I'm looking at people around me struggling to get jobs who already have degrees. So why would I keep going? But that free will did not, I continue to do. So what I'm saying is, in gist of this long ass video, is more of a vent session to say, when you're dealing with these types of people, they're always controlling. And they're always angry and mad at you. You're never going to be able to satisfy them because they're just a fucking empty pit. It's like they have a fucking black hole abyss that just keeps going on and on and on and on into different damn dimensions and shit. Like, they're never going to be whole. They don't know who they are. They all these different personalities. The shit that I've seen with her and have witnessed with her, and this whole time she's tried to paint my grandfather out to be this horrible person. And granted, he wasn't a good person 24/7. But neither are you. So, but now I sit back and look at this shit, and I'm like, you're fucking psycho. He's been dead almost 5 years, and we're still living in hell because you're still doing you're adding to the hell. So I'm leaving. I'm pretty much going to be the black sheep, and I pretty much already am the black sheep. Let's really be real here. I'm the trans man. I'm the transgendered. I'm the LGBTQ plus identifying person. So I was already the black sheep. But the difference is I'm one of those odd black sheeps, because typically when people talk about black sheep, they're not doing well. Me, I have a career, technically, even though it has nothing to do with my education, and they should be paying me way more. I should be earning way more. Then again, a lot of us need to be paid living wages, but okay. I did get these degrees. I do know people. I am somebody. And I have to kind of remind myself that, because that's something that my therapist said to do. It's like, you need to look at your positives and look at what you bring to the table and look at what you've accomplished. And if you got to say that shit to yourself in the mirror, in a video, write it down, say it, like, make that your morning affirmations, your nightly affirmations, your on the way to work affirmations, positive things, strengths, what you've accomplished, what you've endured, what you've done, because it's so easy to forget, like, you did this. So anyways, I just wanted to showcase that real quick. And that's why I haven't been uploading videos. I'm back working. I am going to start, posting videos, because I used to post almost every day, and it's been like, 3 or 4 days on Psych Perspectives, and then like 4 or 5 days on Ask a Millennial, and then it's been over a month on on giofvcks. I've got videos, I just, I'm working. But I'm going to come back at it. We are going to be going live again this weekend, Saturday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Instagram. So if you don't have an Instagram, consider making one. You don't have to post anything. You don't have to have a picture, but just make one so you can look at the lives. because at least for now, when I relocate, hopefully once I relocate and everything, I'll have a better setup. So I'll be able to, do more with, so I can live stream on multiple platforms, and we'll get some shit popping. But until the meantime, Mercy, you are big. I didn't really realize how big he is, my dog. Yes, yes, a big boy. Yes, a big boy. Anyways, and Mercy has an Instagram. You can follow his adventures if you choose to. You're such a good dog. You're such a good dog. You're such a good doggy. Anyways, so that's that, and I'm out.